Everything Everywhere, good question, good name. Everything Everywhere says, how many hours per day do you need to practice English in order to reach fluency? This is a problem with what's called a KPI, right? If you're an employee and you have a target or a goal, you have to make sure that that target or the goal is the right one to allow the right things to improve. You want the target or the goal in your business to actually affect the business in a positive way. It should be a target or a goal which moves the needle toward more successful, toward better, right? That's what it should be. If you have the wrong one, then maybe it looks like, oh, the numbers are going up, but it's not actually having an effect on the business. In the same way, right? If someone were to say, how many hours per day should I spend at the gym in order to become, I don't know, twice as huge, muscles or whatever it is, whatever your fitness goal is. So you have a fitness goal, and then your question is, how many hours a day do I need to spend in the gym? Now, think about that for a second. How many hours? Will the answer to that question, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, directly determine the result? It feels good to be able to just give a clean number, right? 2 hours. Okay, I'll do it, 2 hours. That's how long you're going to spend in the gym. But think about that for just a second. Does spending 2 hours in the gym automatically make you bigger, stronger, faster, better, more physically fit? Not necessarily. What if you don't know what you're doing? You go to one machine and you, 1, 2, and then you go to the next machine and you don't know what to do. You don't know how many reps to do. You don't know how many sets to do. You don't know the proper method for doing the exercise. You don't know how to run on the treadmill correctly, right? So answering the question, how many hours should I spend at the gym, doesn't necessarily get you closer to your goal. Because the real question should be, how should I exercise? And then once I know how to exercise, how much time should I spend doing these different exercises? So you have to kind of get into the details a little bit more. Okay, now that I know how to do leg exercises and arm exercises and chest exercises and aerobic exercises, cardio exercises, now that I know how to do these things correctly, how much time should I spend doing each one of those during the week, right? So to answer the question, how many hours per day do I need to practice English, is like saying, how many hours a day should I spend practicing English? I don't know what you're doing. If you spend 6 hours a day just learning words, a year later, you're not going to be that much better at speaking English, probably. Very likely, you're going to be exactly where you were before, with now a huge vocabulary sitting in the back of your mind, like a dusty old bookshelf. And you might not know how to use any of those words you learned, because how did you learn them? Did you learn them in context? Were you practicing them individually, making sentences with each one? Were you actually using them in conversation or doing speaking exercises? How are you learning them? So it just feels good to say, I spent 6 hours today learning English. But it's a trap, because if time is our measurement, we get sucked into thinking we're accomplishing something when maybe we're not. So focus instead on finding the right exercises you should do, finding the right ways to practice, finding the right techniques, making sure you're learning words in the right way, making sure you're practicing speech and writing in the right way, doing it correctly so that you can maximize the impact of the work that you do. Then you can start to ask yourself the question, okay, so I'll do this exercise for 20 minutes a day because I know this works. I'll do that exercise for 40 minutes a day because I know that works. I'll read 30 minutes a day in this way, taking down notes, underlining things, writing down sentences to practice grammar structures. I'll do that for a little while every day because I know that works. So first, find the things that work, or find a personal trainer like you would at the gym to make sure you're doing it right. Then figure out the balance, how much of each thing you should do on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, or whatever, right? That's how you should think about it. Always think about what things will lead to the results that you want, not just how much are you doing, right? I think it was Vince Lombardi who said, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So first you have to get perfect practice. Then you can get perfect. And it's not about time, because some people may spend 20 minutes doing something very effective, very high impact for them, that is equal to 2 hours another person is spending that is not very effective and not very useful, right? So it's not about time. 20 minutes can be way better than 2 hours. What are you doing in that 20 minutes? That's the important question. Okay? So, hope that helps. Everything, everywhere. If you have any other questions about this, let me know. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, follow, hit the like button if you don't mind. That would really help the channel out. I would appreciate that. And check out my full courses, which are on sale, in the links in the description.